And welcome back, everyone. Hello, hello. Oop, let me go ahead and there we go. Haha. Welcome back to Yo, You Like That, the talk show where introduce a guest for the show for everyone to see as they talk about one of their favorite pieces of media, whether it be games, movies, comics, all of the sort. It is great. It is wonderful. I love it so. Today we have a new guest, a new special guest, a very special guest. Let me click that and then introduce. Ba 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 ba. Oh, wrong thing. EldritchHorrorofBread. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello. Where? Aha, there I am. Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
forgetting to put
Popped
down
into
a body where I
existence.
think it should be. But, hello.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming with us today. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for inviting me. Uh, uh,
Eh,
yeah, just kind of generally in the
yeah.
mood, the mood today.
No, it's good. It's good. For everyone watching at home, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Certainly, I am Eldritch Horror of Bread, and Eldritch Horror from beyond this reality, who came here with the express purpose to consume, found an abandoned blockbuster video full of old games, and thought, well, screw this. These games are so much better than that. And have just been spending my time enjoying retro games, talking about them too much, and sharing weird little games I like and remember from a while ago.
Yeah. Those are the best things.
It is so
And
much
a good
fun.
old abandoned blockbuster, a time lost to time. Let's see. So you have picked a game to discuss and share with us today. Let me go ahead and get that brought up here. And this is a special gem in regards to its notoriety and rarity in the world. Chibi
Oh
Robo.
yeah, it is such a gem. In terms of quality and price, I think I remember seeing a physical disc go for like $300 online.
So a cheaper one. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, Chibi Robo, a good old GameCube game. It was, I want to say, I forget the exact company, but they made like two other like games that we never got here in the states. One of them being like Doshin the Giant. Um, so it was very surprising that we actually got this one here.
Yeah, it's such a fun, charming little game. Because the whole like idea of it is you're just a tiny little guy, a little man, just trying to navigate a human-sized building, and that alone is one of the most memorable games in terms of platforming just from that alone.
It is super super awesome. How did you discover this game?
I have no clue. I honestly do not remember how I got a copy of this. It was a point of time where it could have been a family member who got it for me for Christmas or a birthday or something. I could have pooled my money with my brother to buy it. It might have been okay, you get a game, and I don't know. Like so many of the GameCube games I know and remember, I can't say which ones belong to me, which ones belong to my brother. We did so many of these. We building this collection together that it's the only way I can say is we both got this game at some point. Who knows?
Sometimes it'd be like that with siblings and cousins for sure.
Yeah,
So-
can't say I mind it. It's just kind of one of those memories of working together because we both found something or like, oh, this is so cool. We need this.
yes. So, what is this game about? Like, how would you describe
It
Chibi Robo?
it's a weird game. It starts with the prologue on screen. You're bought as a birthday present for Jenny, the youngest member of the Sandersons family, and are given the express orders of you clean the house and you try to make everyone happy, which is a tall order because Mr. Sanderson, the kind of childish father, is loose with money, buying him on toys and little bits of tech like Chibi Robo. Je-
The man's ahead of his time.
It's ahead of his time, a visionary. Jenny refuses to act as anything other than a frog 9 times out of 10. And Miss Sanderson is the only sane person, but she has her limits, as you learn later in the about midway through the game, where you have to fix their marriage. Yeah, she the entire back half of the game she locks herself in the bedroom and Mr. Sanderson sleeps on the couch because she just has had enough of his antics. So naturally, the first how you fix that marriage is you make contact with aliens and travel through time in order to get the parts and knowledge necessary to repair their old Giga Robo, whose lifeless corpse is in the basement waiting for a recharge. It is,
So just another Tuesday. Gotcha.
yeah. The easiest way I can say sum it up in a sentence is this game makes sense in context.
Completely.
Because I completely that's just the plot with the humans in the house. The toys are all sentient because of aforementioned aliens, and the entire non-human plot line is dealing with their personal problems, like the dog's chew toy who's in love with Mr. Sanderson's space hero action figure, the Free Rangers, the egg-shaped toy soldiers who have claimed the foyer as their forward operating base and will shoot on sight, and are also
Oh yeah.
warring with the family dog over a killed member of their forces, and it just gets weirder throughout the house. It's amazing.
It is a game unlike any other. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh man, just like replaying this a little bit here, I was just like the charm just exudes it so much. Like I mean like I think you've already almost like answered this question, but what do you find like the most enjoyable about it?
honestly, navigating the world is so enjoyable. Just trying to figure out, like, okay, I want to get that small piece of trash on top of the couch. It is more than 10 times my height to get up there, and navigating from like a stack of books that you can use as a stairway to climbing up the stitching on the chair, using your little helicopter to navigate over a small gap to an end table, and then finally on on the couch, this empty cookie box is valuable. It'll give me so much happy points and money. And
Yeah.
just applying that to an entire house and figuring out, okay, there's a second floor and a basement. How do I navigate these stairs? Better question, how do I navigate them safely? And just making little shortcuts, like by knocking cords off of the counters so you can climb them later, or pulling dresser drawers out in a certain way. It's just they gave a lot of thought into how difficult it would be for something about the size of two AA batteries on top of each other to get around something never made for its size.
Yes, I have to agree. Like it's truly the Dark Souls of the GameCube. No, I mean, but the actual like level design is some of the
Oh,
smartest I've ever seen in a game. Like you said, like you are tiny. You just can't like double jump like your way like around the world. Like even the little like copter you've got, it doesn't let you fly.
no,
It just kind of lets you float down because it you don't have enough engine
yeah,
room in your little body to like take off like a rocket. No, like it's just and you have to like be smart about your actions too. You have a little like battery meter, and so you have that little cord trailing behind you. If you start running low, gotta run over and recharge that.
yeah, you essentially your health bar isn't used for combat. It's every step. It's essentially you're poisoned the entire game. Every step is a knock off your life bar, and well, if you die, that you're hauled back to the chibi house and lose a day's progress.
No, not a whole day. That is rough
Yeah,
actually because there's so much you can do.
yeah. Even
What's
with
also great is the day and night cycle. Like
oh, that's
you,
so
you
fun.
almost have like two different games like in one because like the way the night plays feels so different than the way the day
Yeah,
plays.
because in the morning, unless the Sandersons aren't in a room of the house, it's only Jenny, Mister and Mrs. Sanderson, and maybe the dog. But at night, all the toys come alive, and you have to deal with all their antics, whether a free ranger training session or getting a toy to move to so you can get through a door.
It's just so
Uh,
good. It's just such a good game.
it
Where's the port?
where
Where's the port, Nintendo?
For this or anything, give us GameCube games. It was such a charming era.
That they forget.
Uh,
They just forgot it would existed.
they there's just a filing cabinet somewhere in Nintendo HQ labeled GameCube Golden Era that's just been forgotten, pushed behind a vending machine or something.
It's back there with the year of Luigi.
Yeah, never to see the light of day.
Yeah, but no, Chibi Robo is like a fun little character. I don't want to like go like into negative, but it's like he has had they did like try and like some introduce him in like some other stuff. If I remember, he was kind of like the flagship character to try and introduce the Nintendo DSi like
Yeah,
camera and like download potential in regards.
yeah, they've used him for a couple of other things. I don't really know about the DSi stuff aside from Park Patrol, but they, I feel like after this game, they kind of forgot what fans really liked and latched onto this and used him as more of a mascot without giving him much to mascot for. If that makes
Yes,
sense.
you know what? Okay, all right. What's the term? Sofa CEO or
Arm
like
armchair.
armchair, yeah, armchair CEO. That's
Yeah.
it. Although I kind of like sofa
Yeah,
CEO now.
Sofa
Maybe I'll steal
CEO,
that.
it rolls off the tongue better.
Sofa CEO. You get a Chibi Robo 2. Where does it take
I've
place?
actually thought about this a lot. My I think that it would be interesting because I know there was a planned sequel to this game where like Jenny grows up and brings or has a TB robo or brings it with her. But I think it'd be more interesting to Jenny goes to college, gets one of those flop house slumlord apartments with like three other people, and also brings a couple like keepsake toys that are still alive and pass that along to other objects in the house. And
Yo,
you have a storyline of her getting burned out in college, roommate drama, and another house to explore.
that idea is next level. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, I want that so bad
I
now.
know.
I was just gonna be dumb and be like, oh yeah, no, Chibi Robo gets like lost at like a mall, and you can only you know like every like chapter you'd have to explore like maybe like a different floor or a different subsection. Like, oh, okay, well the gate's open now, so now you can go to the next area.
Oh, Luigi's Mansion treatment.
Yeah, it's kind of smart,
Yeah,
but
which it would
at
be
the same
cool,
time,
but
like like yours actually has like the heart of the Chibi Robo more than mine is just
yeah,
like yeah, just a whole bunch of like interactions.
because I think that what really sells this game is with the interactions between characters. At its core, it's actually has a kind of boring pitch. You clean up message or messes, you find trash, but it's the characters that are memorable. Like Sophie on screen here, the dog's chew toy, who's always writing in her diary, pining over, well, anyone who she can see, really. The love struck dog toy. And just having a cast of weird yet strangely compelling and emotional characters. Like, this game wouldn't be half as memorable if you didn't fix a marriage in the mid game.
Yes, no, it is. It just exudes so much charm and love. What is your favorite of the side characters? Like Chibi Robo, of course, and Mr. Manager there are like top tier. But
Yeah.
like in regards, do you have a favorite like other character?
That's really hard to say because I think it's almost like a three-way tie between Sarge and his Free Rangers because they have a surprisingly deep side quest, deep enough that I considered doing their side quest to train up the Free Rangers troops, run through their obstacle courses and their training sections, and then fight the family dog to be an arc in and of itself. And like you get a couple of the personalities of the soldiers beyond generic soldiers because there's a point where they all go AWOL and one becomes a greaser that runs a runs yeah, he finds a hot rod toy and runs a car racing mini game. Two find a remote controlled spaceship and run and become space fighter pilots. And four find uh the Captain Plankbeard, the forlorn pirate captain on the bottom in the basement, and join his pirate crew.
Yo.
But also, there's the four aliens that you meet later that it's just so unexpected that you make first contact with aliens that are about the size of you, and they have a whole deep backstory with being saved by the Giga Robo in the basement, and they're the reason why all the toys came to life. And just the fact that they exist at all at a point in the game where it's like, of course there's aliens. It it actually explains so much of this world.
That explains
Yeah,
everything.
like it's just, and also their pretty deep connection and love for Giga Robo is again oddly compelling. And then there's Mr. Prong, who is a speedo wearing thing with a electrical plug for a head. You cannot forget Mr. Prong when you see him. So it has to be between those three, but
I mean, all three sound like winners to
oh
me,
yeah,
so.
there is not a bad character in this game.
Let's see. All right. So I mean, I'm sure easily you would like recommend this. But would you recommend it for the every gamer to give a shot? Because like a lot of the things you've said that you wouldn't exactly call them like uh, the core gaming, the gaming loop, if you would.
Yeah, I I would say that this is a very good game on kind of a similar level to Animal Crossing, sort of chill.
Oh
It's a
yes.
chill, relaxing game where you can take it at your own leisure. There's the day night cycle is highly customizable. You can buy different timers for a 5 minute cycle for faster plays throughs, or a 10 minute or a 15 minute, and the plot moves along when you want it. So if you want to spend like 5 days scouring the living room, figuring out everything, and just seeing, ooh, can I get over here? Can I get over here? Can I do this? Or can I do this mini game here with Drake Redcrest, the space bounty hunter action figure? That's perfectly fine. Or if you want to spend an in-game week messing with the free rangers, there's no pressure to move the plot along. So I'd say it's an excellent, slow-paced, relaxing game. And
Okay, so it sounds like like you said, Animal Crossing, or maybe even like Stardew
yeah,
Valley, the whole kind of like it actually would probably do almost better like nowadays, maybe than when it like first came out in regards to like how more open people are to like what is a video game.
yeah, more instead of the game having to be defined by combat or grand plots, just something you can take more at your own pace. I think it would be good for someone who is looking for that, or just a very good character driven story, for sure.
Okay. All right. In regards to the future of Chibi Robo, the last few games have been big stinkers. We won't go into those, but I mean, if there was a future for Chibi Robo, would you want like a port? Would you maybe want like a Chibi Robo 1.5? Maybe they'd actually like add some stuff to the game, or do you think just maybe just like a new sequel, like a Luigi Dark Moon almost, like hey, here's just a sequel out of nowhere kind of thing?
I honestly don't have much faith in their ability to make sequels. They made two that didn't really capture the same magic, but I would love to see any GameCube game ported. I think the GameCube is a criminally underported system. Like anything that does exist are locked on the Wii U or 3DS. And but if they did like a remaster or a sequel out of nowhere that got this like inner loop of what this game was and this style of a little guy in a big house, I would I would pre-order it. I would buy it for people. I would force people into this.
Eldritch would snitch on serious crime. He would commit serious crime. Carmen San Diego down. It's like, I need this diamond. Chibi Robo 2 must exist.
I'd fund it. I'd fund that Kickstarter.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and take some questions from the audience. Audience, if you have a question about Chibi Robo or for Bread and Me, please go ahead and ask us. Uh, Chance does want to say that you do love the Speedo Man, it seems. Do you need a personal Speedo?
Uh, well, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'm not. I think needs a strong word.
Hmm. Is there something beyond needs? Is what he means. All right, cool. We'll keep that in
A
mind.
lot of needs. Look, I'll get one if you get one.
Hmm. All right, but it's got to be red.
Fair enough.
I don't look good in any other color.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chibi Robo, Chibi Robo. Do you have the Chibi Robo amiibo?
Uh, no, I actually haven't looked much into amiibos at all, but now that I know they exist, let me check how fast I can get it shipped here.
Hey, that was probably the only good thing that came out of the last game was
It,
like, oh, here you go, it's bundled together. They did start selling it separately by itself,
yeah,
so
that
it, kind of the better deal. No,
from what I've heard about Ziplash, that was you get a okay game as part of the amiibo.
you know, sometimes design just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And but like you said, if you don't make a game exactly like this one, then what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, not exactly, but
Well, no, but
yeah,
yeah, just
there's oh, I see another question from Lumi. How many Chibi Robo games? So there's three. There's this one is the first one, and then Park Patrol is a DS game where Chibi Robo and the Chibi house is dropped into a park, and your goal is to maintain it, grow flowers, and generally it was a bit limited by the DS's hardware and had more of a kind of top-down style with less, I believe, less kind of interactions with other characters. Is
yeah.
more of a management game than a adventure game. And then there was Ziplash, which was bafflingly a 2D platformer, which okay, fair enough, but the big flaw in it was you had to go through every stage to progress the plot, but stages were selected randomly with a spinner, so you might have to play the same stage 3 times before you get the one you need.
The spinner made no sense to me
That
whatsoever. It's like, why? Can you patch this out?
that was
No, it's baked in. It's a load bearing spinner.
that was baffling for a platform game in general. Hey, you need to go through all of these levels in order to progress. You can't choose them, but you have to beat them all.
Oh man, there was also I think a Japan only kind of like just like a DSi kind of like extra thing,
Ah,
but we didn't really get that in the states. So, but again, that wasn't even really much of a game. I think it was more of like a AR kind of thing,
yeah.
trying to like, hey, 3DS AR. Here's put Chibi Robo and stuff. Sounds very Knuckles Chaotix, very much Knuckles Chaotix. Everything by Spinner.
Well, it can't all be winner.
All right. Well, let's see. I've got no other questions. Brett, want to go ahead and I forgot to do this with Rex, but did you want to go ahead and tell the guests what you'll be playing on your stream going forward?
Certainly. So going forward, I have a little tradition where I play horror games on any other month except for October. So I'm hoping
I
to,
like that strategy.
yeah, hoping to start that up again next month. Play some Dead Space, play some Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, and I don't know, maybe another one. But beyond that, I'm actually kind of wrapping up a few games, beating Paper Mario soon, and just working through Okami on the original PS2, but it's going to be
Ah,
more retro games. Probably another GameCube or maybe got my 64 kicking around, and it's always fun to play a game on that.
yeah. Rex, if you're in the chat, let me know what you're doing next so I can plug you as well.
Yes, tell us.
But yeah, no, definitely go ahead and give them both a sub and a follow and a donation of monetary value in regards to how much you love Chibi Robo and Team Fortress 2. I will only take 5%. You were playing Spooderman. He was playing Spooderman.
Ooh,
Yo, Spooderman's always fun.
that is a fun game.
I'm looking forward to the sequel when that comes out.
Oh yeah. been playing that, and it gets traversal down.
Well, Brett, thank you so much for coming in. You know what? Yo, you like that? I like that too. And I hope everyone else found some stuff that they can look into to see if they like as well.
Thank you so much for having me. It was loads of fun.
Yes, next week we'll be having an extra session of Yo, You Like That? Well, where I will be having some guests from across the pond, the Euro area, so it'll be a bit earlier. And then we'll have our regular nightly session as well. So look forward to double the liking of things next week. Everyone, thank you all for coming by. Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye, Q.
Bye.